Hi, my friend Scott Grove here, Dr. Groovy, with our standard tuning slide guitar lesson number 8. This one is very basic. It's for straight rhythm, so no lead stuff. But if you don't know certain things, then that's what lessons are for. This is for like a second guitarist in a band who's not going to be playing the lead stuff more than likely. Or if you are, then when the rhythm is going on, this is a cool way to do it. And it's basically just following the chord progression, but with slide and not taking up too much space. It's just adding whole notes, but every now and then doing stuff that is not slide. So you would have like a where you're holding notes like this, and also reminding you that if the song is in a major key, fine, you can go ahead and add the B string. We're using the A shape again. That's all good and cool. That was the B string you heard on the top end of it. But without it, it might just sound better because you're just playing the root and fifth. Okay, so that stuff, or playing it on the low E and the A string, but at the 7th fret. Okay, we're in E. And then some sort of a low end thing like that. The backing track I tossed together real quick, kind of along the line of There's Only One Way to Rock, the last part of the chord progression, so I hope I don't get a copyright strike. It just happened that way. I just like the progression. So here's basically what I'm going to talk you through. I'm just going to play that and play some basic rhythm stuff, okay? Just whole notes and a couple little things now and then. Again, just to give you an idea of what to play if you're a second guitar player, more than likely. So as you see there, we're just not doing much in the way of lead stuff, and we're not farting around too much. Just every now and then, just giving it a little bit of body by letting people know there is a slide there. Just with the vibrato on there, they'll get it. And also, as I showed you there, to pick out some lower chord things, as we did in the E, and having something like a stuff where you don't actually even play slide. So okay, so play chords and then add the slide in. So the lesson is more that than anything. Okay, so I'll go ahead and put the camera down and show you this, though you may not need it, but if you do, stick around. Okay, thanks for sticking around as always. Some people ask me, do you use all 10 of these 12-inch speakers behind you? Yes, I do. Why? Because it just feels good going up the old wazoo. And yes, it's the only thing that feels good, going up my wazoo. I know, that's bad. That's half the fun, though. So again, it's just sticking on your in E up here on your 9th fret. I'm just sticking to the D and G string right in the middle. cool, I just went up to the 12th fret. Which is especially cool if you're in a minor key, because you're going up and hitting the minor third, being the G. And the more that it can feed back, the better, of course, too. And the E that I played lower was on the 7th fret on the A string and the low E string. And just hold it as long as need be, or as long as something else comes to mind, like or it just adds that metallic sound if you're using a metallic slide. But you're gonna do natural vibrato with this thing that a typical rhythm player wouldn't get by playing straight chords. You get nothing, but get as much as you need. Everything I was playing was on the 2 middle strings, okay, except for when I would switch to lower strings. When I did go to like the B to C to D to E, if you caught those, you can go to the lower strings. Again, the A string and the low E string. I'm grabbing the 2nd fret for the B. So you can grab the low chords that way. So you always use just your A string to let you know where you're at. So you're on the B at the 2nd fret, and then the one above is just going to be the 5th. But it adds some chunk. And if you want some chunk while you're sliding, let them hear you sliding between the chords. Just sounds groovy. So I won't bore you to death with this. It's just an idea more than it is a real lesson. But there's something to learn from it. So again, with the backing track going through it once, now that you know exactly what I'm doing and everything is on the 2 middle strings, except for when I do use the 2 lower strings, you'll know what it is I'm doing. And you might get ideas from that to lay off of the B string if it is a minor key. But sometimes it sounds cool in there like this. Okay, so that's up to you, as everything is. It's just very prominent, so you got to decide whether that's the sound you're looking for, because it is a rock thing as opposed to a blues thing. So you might just want to check yourself on that. Okay, so here's the backing track with the low chords and the high chords. So there you heard the difference between the low chords, the higher chords, throwing in a major third, throwing in the minor third, and some chunking and so forth. So hopefully you got something out of just an idea lesson and not having to actually learn too much with what's going on down here. So anyway, back to some more licks tomorrow for part 9. You guys stay groovy, and I always am, and catch you then.